there. Welcome.
Yeah, welcome to our third annual, is it working?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, it flashed a weird thing, but it is rotated, so I don't know why it told me.
It is our first day, so it's not going to be without some...
I am not a tech person.
We have Carrie behind the camera, and my nephew Colton is trying out our new camera. We got a Mevo we borrowed from Kevin, nice. So we hope to get that quality up with the video and audio tomorrow. So, yes, this is our first day of Christmas. It's a partridge in a pear tree.
That's the easy one.
It's math. We have a hard time.
So, Becky isn't here on the first day, but she may drop in if she gets away in time. But I have my friend Lupina here, and she's our guest artist today. So she's going to help me out so I'm not all lonely.
No,
here.
You're going to figure out all kinds of fun things now.
Yes. And then we'll talk to you a little bit and show your work and see what you've been up to.
Great.
But I'm going to let everybody know what we're doing here. Every day between now and the 24th, the 12 days of Christmas, we'll go live on Facebook and hopefully our new YouTube channel. So like and follow, subscribe to the YouTube. It's Hetzel Art on YouTube, and hopefully we can go live tomorrow. So if you participate in the live stream, we put your name in a stocking. Becky's our stocking holder and pulls the names out, and we have lots of giveaways, cool stuff. We added a few more things to the giveaways, so like, comment, share any of those, and we'll put your name in that stocking. So we have a stellar lineup of artists for the next 12 days. We have art demos, interviews, and a virtual tour of our tiny art show.
Great.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. We're always just a little bit awkward on the first day, but by day 3, we're just into the full swing of it. So it's good. I did put a list of all the guest artists that are going to be on for the 12 days. But we do have Lupina. We have Carrie Varner tomorrow. Artist I, Ty Kerr, Rick Herman, Kevin Roberts, J.B. Offit, Letty, Emma, Kaysen, Sean Price, Theda McPeak, A.J. Ezeki, Sandy Brown, Chris Goins, Todd Durr, and Mary Logston from the East Tennessee Plein Air Group. And we have our student showcase, where we'll showcase our littles and our teenagers and then our adults. So we'll have all the teachers there for the student showcases. We'll hopefully do that 2 days on Tuesday and Thursday. So it'll be me, Becky, and Carrie, so we can show off our students. Yes, you'll be there, Carrie.
They tell me nothing.
That's because I know nothing half the time.
Surprise.
Yes. So again, last year we did a pet portrait giveaway, and I'm doing it again this year. It was so fun. Last year, this cheesy dog here, Stella, won the contest. We have 3 independent judges. They're not artists, and they really don't know anybody. So they gather all. I mean, they don't know anybody like affiliated with the studio. So it's very unbiased.
And they don't take bribes.
Right. They don't pick what I want. In fact, they just really make it challenging.
And do that.
Yes.
All right, and it's any kind of pet, right?
It is any kind of pet. Last year we had a llama. It could be your pet turtle. I love
turtle wins.
Great.
Hamsters, guinea pigs, pet rock. I like to paint rocks.
Pet rock.
Yeah. So
if someone sends in a picture of a pet rock, I will make a secondary pet rock to be your pet rock's friend.
Because that's a very lonely pet rock.
Yes.
Yes. But yeah, what I'd like everybody to do is, if you want to send your pet portraits in for the contest, send it to hetzelartstudios@gmail.com, and I'll drop that link in after the live stream, so you can just click on that email. and I'd like them just to be all in one place so I can just efficiently send them to the judges as they come in. And what we'll do is we'll announce the winner on the last day of Christmas, December 24th. We're going all the way up until New Year's Eve.
Wow.
Then we'll have some spiked eggnog and
Woohoo.
yep, party, get ready up for a vacation until after New Year's. We'll be so tired by then. But yeah, we have a lot of stuff coming up, and we're really excited about it. But
I'm going to adjust the camera.
Sure.
Keep talking.
I'm going to introduce Lupina. Do you go by Lupina Poi Haney or Haney? Either or is fine.
It's all of them. I pretty much have decided that it's just Lupina.
Just
Then
Lupina.
I'm just going to be like Cher and Madonna. I'll just have the one name.
There you go.
But
I kind of did that for a while, and then I got married a few times in it.
I know. Well, that was one of the problems with mine.
I had to keep adding onto
subtracting.
it. Yeah. Well,
Changing.
well, thanks for being Becky today.
Yeah.
You brought the fun, and the little snowman hat were
Yeah,
hat.
I'm a serious artist with a snowman bouncing on my head.
No, you are a great artist here. We're gonna get up and take a look at some pieces here, and I'll ask you some questions.
Sure, I'm sure I
Yeah?
can find an answer for that.
All right. Okay. All right. I know I already introduced you, but why don't you go ahead and tell everybody, where your studio is based, a little bit about yourself.
My
Take it away.
studio is in Ooltewah Collegedale area, and I have an online presence. I have a website, Art by Lupina, and a Facebook presence, so you can check me out there. And I actually grew up in New York City, so I have I decided that I probably needed, because I figured art, you couldn't make money doing art. I was smart about that. So I did go to a 2-year college first, and I have a degree in commercial art, so I was able to do some of that type thing. Then went to a 4-year college, got my BS in art education, actually did that off and on for several years. And then being married, then it was like take time and raise the children. So art became kind of on the back burner. Mm-hmm. So after my husband passed away, I decided that Lupina needed to find something to do for the rest of her life. And what did she do before? Oh yeah, she was an artist. So yay, back to doing art.
That is wonderful. And you may have touched on that before, but I've never heard you put it quite like that. And it's inspiring for me as a mother, who you dedicate all your time to raising your children.
Yeah, we were just talking about how busy you were trying to get this organized, and you're taking care of so many. You really, literally are taking care of everybody except yourself. Yeah. And then suddenly, when you find yourself in a new situation, it's like, oh, it can actually be about me. Yay!
Yeah, and it's probably a little bit kind of overwhelming at first. Like, what do I do? I have all this freedom.
It was pretty scary. I went to actually went to John C. Campbell for a week. The year I actually lost my mom and my husband in the same year, so in that January I thought I've got to do something, and went to John C. Campbell, and that's how I got my footing back. And then did some classes in Chattanooga, and then it was, you know what, I love this, and if nobody ever looks at a piece of my work or buys it, I don't really care. I just want to do it.
It brings you joy.
It does.
Yeah, and just getting in the studio and you just having your time.
Yeah,
just to create. But yeah, you it's so inspiring. You and Faye both, because I kind of see maybe I'll get that one day where I could just get some work made.
Yeah, you will.
You will. Yeah, and I think a lot of other people will be inspired by that as well, because life.
It does. It does.
And it doesn't mean you're not an artist anymore.
It's true. It does not mean you're not an artist.
Right.
You're always. And it's interesting that you'll, really during the times when you're doing the family kind of thing, you're being creative with your cooking, or you're being creative with other things. You're being creative with stuff that they need to do. So you never quite lose that.
No, when you're an artist, you're always making. Right. You're always creating in ways. But as painters, we miss the act of painting.
That's true.
But yeah, if you're painting in your mind, you never really stop painting.
Right,
You're
true.
just always.
And I think I talked about this because I
Yeah.
think last time we did this, you asked what media I do. Acrylic and assemblage and some collage and the thing was, why don't you do oil painting? Well, I'm older. I'm not going to live that long. Can't wait for it to dry. So we're doing acrylic. It's got to be, the glue's got to dry quick. The paint's got to dry quick. I want it done.
Right. And when you're doing those layers, it's,
especially with the kind of thing I do. So you're layering collage. I can't do that on top of oil.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about some of the work here with the collage work, the mixed media, the paint, and then, of course, your assemblages, which are fantastic.
Yay, thank you.
Let's talk about...
This is a series of, it's interesting because coming out of New York City, my early work is very structured and very architectural and very shape-oriented, large shapes, shadow shapes, very muted colors in the grays and the darks. Not, I guess maybe weren't very happy, but
I get what you're saying. Yes, but you do capture, even though they are dark and muted colors, you capture the light. You always have that pop of light in there that draws you from across the room. Yeah, so it's not like dark all over.
It's not depressing.
Yeah. Sandy Brown says she loves this.
Thank you, Sandy.
Hi, Sandy.
Nice to hear from you this morning.
Yes, we'll see you next week, Sandy.
Yeah, we're going to talk about yours then.
Yes.
So anyway, at one point, and I'd been here for quite a while living in Tennessee, and then suddenly I discovered y'all had trees here.
How did you miss them?
They were pretty interesting. Well, I don't know. I was always looking. It was so funny because I would be looking at buildings and structures and all those kinds of things. And then one day it was like, these trees, these are really interesting. And then I started taking pictures of trees close up, like the bark. I'm like, oh my gosh, the bark is so incredibly interesting. There's like trees that look like they have spots on them, so particularly, like for example, on this tree, it's kind of almost like a leopard print. And yet there really are trees that actually look like this when you go out and you function. This one is this one's called Tree Trio. And of course, also my trees, like this one, I call them talking trees, because if you look closely, there's words and things within the tree itself.
And I was going to ask you about the words and do you find yourself finding them and then being inspired by those, or do you kind of like most of the time find them after? Like during?
Sometimes it's only like a value choice. Like I need the value shade for something.
Gotcha.
So it's not necessarily the words that I'm looking for, and for example, here you've got the different, these are all giving me different values so that I can move within the piece. There are pieces that I've done that, yes, the words do matter. And a lot of times to keep people from looking closely at what it says, because it really wouldn't make any sense, I'll either put them upside down or cut them off so that you can't really make sense.
And I like that too, because even I, when I'm looking at them, will do word searches, and I'm a word person, so I'm like, looking, it's like a word search.
Right. Circle this. Circle that. So I've had fun with this series, and I'm going to continue with it. As a matter of fact, I was out on the Greenway over there in Collegedale the other day, and I was like, literally just spent my entire walk taking photographs of different tree trunks. I'm sure everybody else that was out there thought, wow, there's an odd one. Let's walk away from her. So
I think we've all done that. I've been jogging and just stopped dead run to take a photo of a leaf.
Yeah.
And everybody's backed up behind me. Like, what the heck
worst is when you're in a car and you're like, slow down. Whoever's driving, slow down so I can get a picture of this. And they're like, no.
Oh, Becky does it all the time. Hun Colton.
Yeah.
She stops the car on the way to school, and you're late for school.
She'll look behind her, see there's not a car in sight, and then she'll just slam on the brakes and say, "Hold on, there's a donkey."
There's a donkey.
Look at that sunrise. Yeah.
So we all have artists are so interesting because as a matter of fact, I have a friend. She's commissioned a couple of pieces from me, and she says she comes over to my house quite often. She looks at my work, or she'll look at a new piece, and she'll say, "I I cannot understand how your brain works. Where is that in your head? And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, and you know this is true too. A lot of times you start a work and you have no clue where it's going to go.
Right.
And then it tells you where it needs to go. And sometimes it doesn't want to go where you think it should be going. But
right.
yes.
I love that like fine line between being in control, but also having the flexibility of letting it tell you what to do. So it's like this like tug and pull between you and your painting. Like I'm the director here, but you're kind of doing your own thing here. Right. But it is a really interesting way that artists think about creating, but also how we see the world.
Sure. I
think we just see the world
and I'm
differently.
not sure that we can even explain it.
Mm-mm.
I think was it Hopper that said, if I could say it in words, I wouldn't need to paint. And I think that's like a very truthful statement.
It is. I love that.
So really, these words mean nothing.
but
by your work.
But they could mean something to somebody.
Yes, and
And when you're putting it out there like that and people connect with it, there may be, it may be random for you, but maybe you've connected to somebody because you picked something that they were like, I love that, I love that.
I just did a commission piece a couple of months ago, and this lady, well, I thought, I had this concept of what it was, and after she bought it and we got it hung in her home, she saw something totally different. Yeah. I was amazed. I was like, wow.
Yes.
And I didn't see that, but
yeah. That's one of me and Becky's favorite things about hanging artwork up for shows is hearing the reactions that people have and what they see and things. And then if the artists just happen to be there when that happens, they're just like, what? How did they see that? But it's really cool. We need the art appreciators is what we're trying to say.
Oh yes.
We can bounce artists. We can bounce off each other all day long and make art for ourselves and our friends. But without the art appreciators, we need you guys.
Definitely.
So let's talk about assemblage.
All right. So assemblage is my other favorite thing to do. This is a newer one. It's called Lady Madonna. It's a hanging assemblage.
It's gorgeous.
Thank you.
I love the metals, the mixed metals.
Yeah, and there's always the question about where do you find things and what, a lot of times you'll collect pieces like these. This is actually a heating, what do you call it? Like a grill on a heat. The thing that covers your heating.
A vent.
Thank you. Hard word, vent. This was actually an old vent, and I patinaed that. This was a mirror, and I just took the mirror out. And this, I think, came off a clock. That was a little, this was a knob, I think, off another. These two were actually separate. This was another piece. And then this pretty little Lady Madonna was on I think, she was part of a clock. And I took it apart.
Pretty.
So, and then a lot of times you'll have all these odd pieces around for a while. And then one day, it's sort of like painting. One day, you start figuring out that it's all going to come together. So anyway, this comes together. But here's the big thing. When you're I cannot do assemblages if I'm painting. And if I'm painting, I can't do assemblages because your brain actually works a little bit differently when you're trying to paint and when you're trying to put together assemblages. So you have to really kind of, I'll go through a period of just painting, and then I'll go through a period of just doing collage or a period of just doing assemblages.
Is there a way you get like in that mind frame for one versus the other? Like, do you ever go, I want to paint today. How do I make my brain paint today?
No, it just sort of just happens.
You just go with whichever.
Like, it's just like, or I'll be painting for a long period of time, and it's like, I'll start looking at some of these things that are sitting around, and I'm like, they really need to be put together into something. And then I start working on that. But once I start on it, that's what I'm working on. Or once I'm doing this is what I'm working on.
So you're just solely focused on that one piece from beginning to finish.
My brain just doesn't flip between the two.
Yeah.
My brain brain doesn't flip well anyway. But
Well, I could see how it would work that way with the way you work, being very like in it till the end.
Yeah.
You know, not bouncing from one thing to another. I bounce all the time. But they all get finished. It's just I have 4 or 5
right.
going at once. But I can see how, you know, starting it and finishing it to completion would work for you.
Now the similarities of painting and assemblage are sometimes, like with paintings and even with assemblages, a lot of times I'll be working on 2 or 3 pieces at the same time because it just helps me to not get logged down, or I see something new all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Or, you know, or with assemblage, you have to like, because you're working from the back to the front, you have to like lay it down, look at it, photograph it, take it totally apart, and then start putting it together from the back to the front.
Gotcha.
So.
That's very interesting. Before we move on and show some of Faye's work, let's zoom in on a couple of these pieces, because all of these pieces were here, save this new one for our tiny art show that we had last week, 2 weeks? Yeah. Has it been, wow. Seems like a long time ago. So this one here is called Snow Trees. Then we have Tree Trio. This one is Rhythmic Crossing.
We're having to read the titles because I can't remember.
This one's Water Movement.
Forest Night and Talking Trees. And this one is Yupo, Yupo watercolor on, and then attached to a canvas. And this one's called Undergrowth. And
yes, this one is part of our, we are doing an artist exchange. We had rolled some dice, Becky and I, and we paired artists together so we can do what's called a swappy seconds.
I hate that name.
I know. It's blame JB. Blame JB.
No, I do.
But we're gonna unveil all of those as they come in on the last day of Christmas. But this is it's funny because Lupina and I got each other on the swap, and we work here today. So this was the painting that it's just a little treasure. So hopefully she loves mine.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't help but love yours.
Yeah. And we got a surprise.
Surprise!
Trouble's here.
She's here! Yay! So let's go over and let's show off Faye. On that side. And we can talk about Twisted Sister.
Okay, Faye, Ives, and myself, we actually met in college in an art class, and there are stories that are not allowed to be repeated, so we can't say
She's
a lot.
your college sister. We get it.
My college sister. So we actually went through that period of time where we were doing art, and then the children arrived, and we stopped doing art, and for a lot of reasons, you know, our relationship over the years was up and down, and then same thing, life changes, and then we were back together doing art again. So Faye's approach to art, Faye Ives' approach to art is very different from mine. I'm one of these, bam, I want it done. And Faye is very detailed and meticulous and patient. I have no patience. She's always telling me, let it dry, leave it alone. I'm like, no, I want to do it now. She says, well, that's why the crackle paste didn't work. You didn't leave it alone. It's like, what?
Oh, you guys really do sound like sisters.
So we sort of named ourselves the Twisted Art Sisters. So, and it's been nice. It's nice to have somebody that will critique your work in in a positive way and in a constructive way. And a lot of people don't understand that part of art, that how important the critiquing is to an artist.
It really is. You know, I've always had my sister.
Yes.
We still bounce things back and forth. Does this look all right? What's wrong with this? If something looks wonky, and you know, there's never any like hurt feelings or you know anything like that. It's like, oh, thank you,
Right? Or I didn't see that.
I didn't see that. Yeah, exactly.
And the big joke with a lot of my work is I can find the absolute center of a painting with no effort at all. And it doesn't need to be a focal point in the center with arrows pointing to it and everything else. So that's the big joke. But anyway.
Yeah.
So we've worked well together.
Yeah.
These pieces here, this particular one is woven. So there's that. These are actually not just painted. She has some acrylic painting on here, but also this beautiful weaving from previous work that she's taken apart and woven together.
I love the recycling aspect.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's a nice part of doing a lot of this stuff. This one has a lot of, a friend of mine had a very nice piece of artwork, and we actually took it apart and soaked it and cut it apart, and then they arranged this and added the flowers, and I don't know if you can see that close up. There's a bird in here. So you can see that there's an incredible amount of detail. She'll utilize stencils. She has an excellent eye for composition and very detailed work with her florals and how she arranges everything. This one also is another, the background on here is a woven piece again, and then the flower, all these things, she did all of these and then cut it out. So it's almost like a collage that has dimension to it. So this one is called Secluded Garden. And this one I can find the tag for. So this one is called Lost Paradise. And this one is called Red Horizon. And this is just a beautiful abstract landscape. So anyway, she does some great work. And Faye also does assemblages. And we just have a great time doing stuff. Going to junk stores and antique shops and just feel like I'm at the dentist.
I got a flashlight going.
Got a flashlight. So wasn't enough light.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll turn this around tomorrow. It's a little dark in the corner, but yeah. Well, we missed you, Faye. We'll see you soon. And yeah.
Learning how to do this.
We're learning. Yes, it's been a whole year.
Yeah, it has.
It's been a whole year since we've done this.
We've all slept since
All
then.
right. Come here, Becky.
Okay, let's put these down.
Lighting equipment.
Yeah, high tech lighting equipment.
Welcome.
Thank you for stepping in this morning.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Well, Becky, are you doing any orders for gift baskets?
absolutely.
Okay.
Do you want to go grab the one that I have?
Yes. Yes.
All right, Beth, stall.
Here it is.
I love your new sweater, by the way.
Thank you.
It's a grumpy cat.
Yeah. Better not pout.
Yeah.
You got a house full of cats, so it comes with cat hair.
I need one more.
Yes, we did the gift baskets last year, and we had them all pre-made. It comes with a pre-drawn canvas. So the stencil's already on there, and then you've got a photo of, you don't have to do it just like the photo, but there's a photo reference for how to do it. We do have some videos too on how to do it, and then it comes with a full 12-piece acrylic paint set, all the brushes you need, flat, round, detail. She's even got a little palette plate and a cup, and you're all set to go.
And some candy.
And some candy. Too.
Gotta have the celebration
candy in there. So you got Couple more designs.
This is the new design with the little reindeer.
It's adorable. You just did that for a paint party.
Yes. Yeah, it came out great. And it was always fun. It's always fun because they change up. Had one lady do pink and blue on the hat and polka dots, or you can change it up however you want to.
But you made it easy and took the drawing aspect out of it.
Yeah,
so it's already got the stencil on it.
Yeah. And then I've got the snowman with the little red cardinal.
And our gnomies. Yes.
Yeah. And as always, if you have something, I had a couple custom. Woman had a grandson who was into a video game and wanted to do some of the avatars from that.
Yeah.
So whatever, custom is.
And these are still 35.
35
for that whole gift.
Yeah.
So just contact us.
It's already packaged and ready to go.
The number for text or call is 423-641-1308, and we're Hetzel Art Studios on all social media. So any way you want to get a hold of us, you can. And tomorrow we have two turtle doves. Carrie Varner.
Yay!
Carrie will be here tomorrow.
She's going to be doing a demo.
She's going to be doing a live demo. Some pretty sweet giveaways.
Well, can I, just so everybody knows, tomorrow during the two turtle doves, if people physically come in while we are recording, I will give them a free print.
Wow!
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Awesome.
So, and maybe we'll provide a hot cocoa too, or coffee, whichever you prefer. So that's pretty cool. So we'll have Carrie Varner tomorrow, same time, 11:30 to 12:30 daily, Sunday at 2. At 2. Yep. I think the only evening show we're gonna have is Rick
on the 16th.
On the 16th.
Saturday.
Yeah. Friday.
Sorry.
But we'll announce it all later. Again, if you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, it's brand new, so we need enough followers to be able to live stream there. We got a cool new gadget, a camera where we can stream multiple platforms at once. So we're anxious to try that out. So Hetzel Art on YouTube, and hopefully we have enough subscribers to do that tomorrow and try out our new little camera, better sound. Better video quality, but we did record this on the new camera, so we'll download that and post it to YouTube and Facebook so you can watch it later. But don't forget to like and subscribe, or not subscribe, like and comment on the live feed, and we'll put your name in that drawing.
And come see Carrie tomorrow.
And come see Carrie tomorrow, live, 11:30 to 12:30.
Yep.
Happy first day of Christmas.
Yes.
You ready to do this?
I am.
12 days in a row.
Yes.
It was a little bumpy this morning. It was just me and Lupina, and she did great. She carried me, really.
Well, we appreciate you.
Well, bye everybody.
Bye.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.